This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Things are running smoother this morning when it comes to streetcar and MAX service in Portland. Yesterday, the two collided in the Lloyd district. Coming up, what officials think may have caused it. Plus,
we need to honor our children and their time for their education.
That Republican lawmaker doesn't represent Portland, but she is chiming in on the ongoing teacher strike here. Coming up in 5 minutes, more on her plan to stop future strikes.
Every time a bell rings, an angel gets its wings. What movie, Brenda Braxton?
Teacher says It's a Wonderful Life.
You're very good. You're very good at that holiday music trivia or movie trivia. We're talking about bells this morning because the Salvation Army is rolling out their iconic Red Kettle campaign starting today, as a matter of fact, so you can see those red kettles around town. We'll have more on that story coming up as well.
yeah, happy Thursday, our favorite day because Brenda Braxton.
It's Friday Eve.
Exactly.
We're that much closer to the weekend.
And 1 week from Thanksgiving.
I do wish it was Saturday morning, to be honest with you. If we're going to get crazy here.
Same.
Yeah, same. We have a nice day today, though. Nice and dry tomorrow. Then rain comes back on Saturday. Let's get you outside. It's not as cold as I thought it would be. We had cloudiness last night that in many areas just kind of held, and that's kept the temperature up. So nothing wrong with that number, 45 as you step outside. A few of you have just dipped into the upper 30s. McMinnville, good morning. You've been down to 37, for example. We'll say it's a mix of clouds. Some areas are reporting stars, some fog pockets as well. We'll be partly cloudy at noon. I have us getting up to 54, generally light winds. And Chris McGinnis, our Futurecast model, still shows parts of the mid and south Willamette Valley not clearing out today, so that would be a much chillier day. Here's Chris.
And clear in the metro area and clear on the roads as well. This is a live look at Interstate 84, the Banfield out near 82nd Avenue. This is, we're looking eastbound, right? So the taillights there, that's the eastbound commute. That looks pretty good. Rose City Sky Camera showing I-5 down below. That's wide open, as is the Sunset. No issues out there. Guys, so far, no crashes, no unexpected delays on the local freeways.
Okay, thank you, Chris. The woman accused of firing multiple shots near a security checkpoint at PDX will be in court this afternoon. She's facing multiple charges, including attempted murder. Devin Haskins is live outside the courthouse this morning. And Devin, I know we talked to passengers who say they went running for cover.
Yeah, passengers of the KGW News spoke with say very chaotic after those shots rang out inside PDX yesterday or on Tuesday night. Now, Port of Portland police say they arrested 47-year-old Laura Patterson. She's from Kennewick, Washington. She was booked into jail yesterday. Port of Portland police also saying this happens just after 11 o'clock on Tuesday night outside the D&E security gates. That's where you go through TSA before boarding a plane. The port says Patterson left the restroom that's outside the pre-security checkpoint and fired shots into the air from a handgun. Now, we don't know why she was in that area or why she fired shots into the air, but luckily no one was hurt. Travelers KGW talked with say they were sent running in other directions. Some say they ran back towards the airline gate they had just come from, others taking shelter inside a jetway ramp.
There were a lot of people, hugging each other. People were tearing up.
Your brain just goes crazy. You're starting to think, where can I go? Where can I go? Where can I hide?
Now, the security checkpoint reopened a couple of hours later. The airport was back to normal operations early Wednesday morning. According to court records, Laura Patterson is facing 10 different charges. 7 of those are felonies. She'll be in court at around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Back to you.
Devin, thank you. All MAX lines are back in service this morning after a train and a streetcar collided in Portland's Lloyd district. That crash happened yesterday at Northeast 7th and Holiday. It sent 2 people to the hospital and disrupted transit across the city for much of the day. Drone video here shows all the damage. The driver of the streetcar and a passenger were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. No one on the MAX train was hurt.
It's wild, especially in this neighborhood. It's usually so quiet. So it's kind of exciting for this building. Everybody was down trying to check out what was going on.
As for what caused the crash, the sheriff's office said it's either malfunctioning signals or operator error. TriMet says it's looking at video on both the MAX and the streetcar to get a definitive answer.
No school again today for Portland Public School students. The teacher strike continues after their union and the school district failed to reach an agreement during yesterday's negotiations.
But the district did say those talks are, quote, gaining momentum, and there are rumblings of a possible tentative agreement. But as the strike stretches into week 3, Portland Public Schools says teachers will be losing their December health insurance. The district says it's cutting educators' benefits because they've worked less than half the days they're scheduled for this month. One McDaniel High School teacher says she is especially worried because she has a 4-year-old recovering from brain surgery.
I mean, I was expecting to not have to deal with that right now. You know, I was expecting for them to have integrity and imagination for us to keep our benefits the way that they were.
Oregon statewide teachers union, meanwhile, is promising to help cover the cost of insurance for educators while they stay on the picket lines.
State representatives in other parts of the state of Oregon are chiming in on the teacher strike in Portland. Representative Christine Goodwin lives in Southern Oregon. She believes what's happening in the Portland Public School District could have statewide implications in the future. She plans to introduce a bill next session alongside 2 other Republican lawmakers that would limit teachers' unions from walking off the job on school days.
It is really an important topic for our state to consider and honor the children's education, and this is their time in school.
Many states, including Washington, have similar laws on the books, though they're not typically enforced. Stay with KGW for the very latest on the Portland teacher strike, however long it may last. You can catch up on our previous coverage and also look for updates on KGW.com and streaming on KGW+.
All right, here's a story we're following today. Workers at some Starbucks shops across the country are going to strike today, and that includes 3 spots right here in the Portland area. It's a 1-day strike that coincides with the Red Cup Day that a lot of Starbucks followers are familiar with. It's one of the company's busiest and most profitable days of the year. This is the day that Starbucks gives away these red cups that you see right there on your screen if customers order a holiday-themed drink. The union representing these workers, though, says that these big promotional Starbucks days are notoriously understaffed. Workers want Starbucks to shut down mobile orders on these days as well to help ease the workload. The union also says that Starbucks has been unwilling to bargain over staffing and scheduling issues. But Starbucks counters with this. The union, they say, is preventing any bargaining sessions from happening because it refuses to negotiate in person. In a statement, Starbucks went on to say, quote, "We hope that the union for the workers will shift their priorities to include the shared success of our partners and negotiating contracts for those that they represent."
Well, from red cups to red kettles, the Salvation Army is rolling them out today. Those bell ringers will be set up at various businesses all over the place, collecting donations. You can find out much more if you go to the Salvation Army's website. It's fun to be a bell ringer for the red kettles.
Yeah, you know, I have done that before. Have you ever done that?
No, have you both done that? Oh, wow, cool.
You know, I did it with one year. My mom was this was like her proudest moment of my TV career. I actually rang the bell next to Amy Roloff of Roloff Farms up there in Hillsborough. My mom used to watch Little People Big World all the time. I sent her a pic. You're with Amy Roloff? Yeah, Mom, I know her. She's like a friend now.
Oh,
She's
man,
a nice woman. Yes.
Yeah, there you go. So Red Kettle Day starts today.
November sheet so far, what we've done this month. You know, El Nino seems to slowly be picking up signatures. We've had the low in California, but they've had rain during the week. That's an El Nino signature. We got the cold air dropping across the upper Midwest into the Northeast next week, but leaving us alone. That's an El Nino signature. All but 2 days so far this month have averaged above normal, and we're currently running at a clip of about 4 full degrees above normal mean temperature for November, which is really mild.
Right.
And tomorrow, what made me think of that is, tomorrow with sunny skies, we may hit 60 on your Friday. Not unusual, but pretty gosh darn mild to warm for this time of the year. All right, what's going on? Well, there's that El Nino signature. Not to say that you can't have lows off California during any phase. Of course you can, but it is a signature you look for during El Nino. Up here, we see where we're now dry. High pressure is kind of wedged in. The forecast all dry today, all dry tonight, all dry tomorrow into early Saturday morning. Here's Futurecast. We do have a mixed bag in the valley of fog and low clouds and some clear spots being reported. Now this shows valley fog setting in mainly Marion County southward. And we talked about this yesterday. Futurecast still shows not everybody clears out. If you get stuck under the low clouds, you probably only see highs in the 40s today. But Portland is expected to clear. The coast is expected to be sunny. and that would get us up into the 50s. Now, tomorrow we pick up enough of an east wind out of the gorge that everybody clears, and everybody will be warming up. Again, Portland may hit 60 tomorrow. Here's the next bit of rain. This is Saturday at 1 o'clock. A dry start to Saturday, rain developing during the day. Absolutely evening rain expected to be pretty steady and widespread. That's when the front comes in Saturday evening. Here are the clouds. You can see them from the top of the Wells Fargo building. Again, not as cold as I was expecting. We're at 45 degrees. Here are the other numbers. Now I'll get you to the 7-day. 52 down in Florence. It is freezing over in Bend, Baker City, and Burns this morning. 43 is your temperature in Salem. Good morning to you folks. And here's the 7-day. 54 today, 58, maybe 60 tomorrow. East winds bringing sun, the rain developing Saturday. This could be a good soak, maybe a solid half of an inch of rain Saturday night into Sunday morning, decreasing showers. There is a little bit of rain, but not much. So Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Right now, let me close my eyes. I'm seeing Thanksgiving Day, partly sunny, a few showers, 49 degrees for a high. We'll see if that comes true.
Yes, we will. I like it, though. Thank you, Rob.